it again. See, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. So, sister, I can't see on IG Jesus. I can't see here on Periscope the comments. I don't know why. I always have to wait for the replay to see the comments, so to speak. But let me know if you see me, because of course the camera switched around again here on Club Credit and Chill. Omari, do I have a message? It's not doing it. This is what I'm talking about. See? It's not doing it. I don't like this. You see me? You see me? Like, because what I see on my screen is not me. I do not like this. Okay, you see me? It is what it is. It's just going to have to go just like this. But welcome, welcome, welcome. It's hard being a power mommy, I tell you. It's so hard being a power mommy. Let me tell you, it's hard being a power mommy, a power daddy. It's hard because the stress of technology and trying to get Club Credit and Chill going. But it's all right. I got the thumbs up. So you know what it is, Facebook. It's me, Periscope. It is the one, the only Natural Lady Boss L Boogie. And I am here for a special edition of Power Mommy Moves, the Club Credit and Chill edition. So I told you yesterday, if you saw, and hopefully you did watch my broadcast, that I had to go from Periscope and bring it over to Facebook, that you guys are going to have me all week from Monday through Friday, and a special ending broadcast Saturday. All week, I'm going to be going live at 6 o'clock. You hear the music in the background. I don't own the rights to the music. You already know. Right song came on, right? Excuse the language. I couldn't find a clean version, but it is what it is. I'm from Brooklyn. Excuse me. But, you know, like I said, I told you yesterday that I was going to go live every day this week at 6 o'clock. To join me here at Club Credit and Chill. And that's all it's about. We're going to talk about credit, finances, and bananas. We're going to talk about credit, finances, and we just going to chill out. That's what it's all about, right? So we got commercials going on, but it's okay because we keep it going. So, whew, like I said, today, I hope y'all got your drinks. See, I got mine. And thank you to the dancing diva herself for suggesting this. It's really nice. I don't want to pick it up because they're not paying me for a sponsorship, but it's real nice. If you want to know what it is, it's a nice wine. Inbox me and I'll let you know. So, get started once again. I am the Natural Lady Boss L Boogie, and thank you for joining me at Club Credit and Chill. What we're going to talk about today is something what Novae has is one of the first things that I got on when I started to work on my credit, and it's the financial wellness program. But the best part about this is you have a virtual coach that comes straight through your email for 12 weeks. So the information comes right to you for 12 weeks, right in your inbox, and you'll be able to talk with and get a virtual financial coach, so to speak. You'll always be able to talk to somebody. But this program here, this financial wellness program, is the reason that got me shook, right? So when I first got on it, let me turn it back down a bit. This music is I'm ready to just like keep dancing. But when I first got on the financial wellness program, what I had to do was I had to print out 1 year worth of my bank account, my statement. So from January to December, I printed out 1 year of my statement. So it's like, okay, I print out my statements. It is what it is. I'm really my tan is crazy. I'm like two different colors, and that was 2 months, almost 2 months ago. So I printed it out, and it's like you gotta highlight everything that you purchase. All right, it's nothing. Okay, I'm highlighting, and as I'm highlighting, I'm noticing a pattern, and I'm still noticing a pattern. Yes, go get your glass. And patterns every week, every month. I'm like, oh snap. By the time I finished going through 12 months, I realized that I spent more money going out to eat and buying liquor. I was squinting, looking. I don't even, did I ever, I totaled it, but I never told anybody what the total. Yeah, I should be ashamed of myself because I did that. But I was hungry, and my family, we are. I'm not the outdoor type, but I'm always game to go out and chill. So since we can't go out and chill, we're here at Club Credit and Chill, getting it on. That latte factor, as Ms. Friday stated here, that latte factor will hit you hard when you're on this financial wellness program. I'm telling you right now. So I saw all of it, and I'm just like, I really, I really drink that much. Like, and I'm not talking about coffee. I'm like, I am a drinker. I'm not an alcoholic because I say when. I know when to stop. But I know how to throw it down too. I mix it and I can drink it. But baby, when I tell you that money added up, I was like scratching my head like, nah, homie, I can't do that no more. Can't do that no more. But it's necessary to do that. Exactly, Miss Friday Bowens. It's necessary to do that in order to see where you're starting from. So you got to know where you've been and where you're going to see the future, you know? So I did that, and now, I'm able to scale back definitely with what's going on. I'll scale back even more. I've had more money in my savings. Hey, welcome, awesome sister. How you doing, Shalonda? Thank you for tuning in. And it's like, okay, I'm doing much better now. I got better savings. Like I told you yesterday, I have my emergency funds going and things like that. So it's like, all right. But ever so often I look at my account and I be like, okay, it's time to rein myself back. But with this 12-week virtual coach, like, they're gonna give you everything right in your mailbox, in your inbox. I'm sorry. Right in your inbox, you're gonna get the information. So when it comes to week one, this is what happens, right? You're gonna get the inventory of your life. So you get easy to use worksheets, because you must know, of course, your starting point as well as your desired destination. So you'll have these worksheets that you go through and things like that. And it's like, okay, you got that going. So that's week one. That's probably when you might start getting the shock is coming through. It's like, oh, man. And I'm telling you, during this, you're going to want to stop. You're going to be like, I don't want to do it. I'm going to wait to go back and do the next email. But keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop, because your destination is right there. I'm telling you, your destination, your financial destination of where you want to be is right on the other side of you finishing your 12 weeks. It might even happen before, right? So when it comes to week two, you're going to be setting a budget. Now, well, I gotta see what's playing. Oh, yeah. Can't really play that one out loud. But when it comes to week two, like I said, you're going to be setting a budget. So you'll learn efficient spending habits and track monthly earning and spending to ensure success in wealth building. Now we know that's what it's all about. That's what I'm always preaching about, building wealth for generations, not just for now, but for your kids, and so on and so forth. And the person that's sharing this with you wants you to build wealth. That's why they're sharing this broadcast with you. So after you're setting your budget in week 2, now you're going into week 3. And week 3 is where you're going to learn about what's happening right now so much, your taxes. So we know that as of now, taxes have been pushed back to July 15th. So you still have time to file your taxes. And as far as the stimulus checks, you have to file your taxes in order to get it. If not, it's going based upon your 2018 taxes. So if you haven't filed your 2018 or your 2019 taxes, get to go, right? So when it comes to week 3, you're going to learn about tax savings. You're going to have legitimate write-offs. You're going to learn about them and more tax deductions as appropriate use for a business structure, which will help you retain thousands of dollars in the long run. Now, that part was great. I learned that it was just the tax deductions alone is great. Now I need to find, as a parent, we have that major tax deduction, those kids, but my kid is getting older and I kind of need another tax deduction. So I'm glad I have my business, but I think I'm going to have to adopt to get some more tax deductions because I can't use my mother's cat as a tax deduction, even though I swear I'm its owner. But but when it comes to taxes, you're going to learn about that in week 3 and how it goes with tax deduction when it comes to your business and all the deductions that you get, because I can't even go through all the deductions that you would get having a home-based business. Just to start off with, there's so many deductions you can get, and it all starts off with your the W-4 that you fill out, that people fill out wrong. And I was one of them. I'll tell you now, when I first started working, you fill it out and they ask you, well, what should I put? Oh, just put 0, just put 1. When you actually go through that, you realize that you have been giving the government so much money. And then as a business owner, you find out that there's even more deductions that you get, and you're just like, oh my gosh, my brain is fried. I gotta update mine, by the way. So somebody, Novae, remind me to update my W-4. I haven't done it yet for this year. But then we're going to go on to week 4. And what happens in week 4 is you're going to be getting to learn about getting out of debt. Once again, we're all about making sure that you get out of debt and stay out of debt, because it's one thing to get out of debt and not have the knowledge and the tools and education that you don't backslide and go back into debt and you're starting all over again. So it's the point of learning to get out of debt and to stay out of debt. So you're going to apply a 5-step process to getting out of debt, which also you'll learn how to leverage certain types of debt. I'm telling you, this financial wellness program has it all that you need. And I'm not going to tell you the price, because if I tell you the price now, you won't believe me. But the person that shared this broadcast with you, or if I'm the one that shared it with you, get back with me, get back with that person that shared it, and ask them about the financial wellness program. When they tell you the price, you're going to be like, it can't be. You playing with it. But it is. So then it comes to week 5. And what did I just discuss? We're going to talk about kids when it comes to week 5. Now, I have 1. I know people that have 2. They have 3. I know a family of 5. Everybody got kids. I know a family of 10. Yeah, 10 and 13. It just gets, I understand. Never mind. This is where you're going to learn about allowances and responsible spending, saving, college, paying to work, tax advantages, when it comes to your kids. Now, do you know that you can get a tax deduction for paying your kids within your business? Yeah, it works so well. I love those deductions too. Because my son has been working for me for so long, and I need that deductions back because he's getting older and taller. And like I said, it's about time to find another kid somewhere. But until then, he is still the perfect deduction for me. So you're planning for the future, right? The goal is to teach responsible parenting of a financially literate child or children. So as you become financially literate, I can't talk for nothing. As you become financially literate, you're going to pass down this knowledge to your children because you don't want to have the cycle repeated. Now, because you're learning it, you don't want to go head on and just keep it to yourself. And then your children struggle. And then you're like, oh, well, I could have taught you this. And well, here goes the knowledge now. No, as you go along with it, teach your children. Now, my son is about to get the surprise of his life because this weekend he's actually going to be in school. He's going to be in a special Novae University this weekend where he has to get caught up on certain things that's going on. And I have to do it delicately because his brain can soak in so much and then he'll turn around and spit it right back at me. And he might have my spot. And I welcome it, but not yet, buddy. Not yet. So when it comes to week six is you're going to go into a little stronger. You're delving that deeper. It's not the alcohol. Creating long-term wealth. Now that's where I'm up at, so to speak. But it's not week six. I've been like doing this financial program over and over and over and over to make sure that I have everything going. But in week six, you're going to be learning about investing, saving, stocks, entrepreneurship, real estate. You're going to be able to create sustainable wealth. And the state of where everything is, especially when it comes to real estate, you'll be able to make a fortune during this time frame. But you have to capitalize on it right. You have to make sure your credit is good. If your credit isn't good, you're not going to be able to capitalize on it. You can have the cash, but you still need the credit. Cash is king, but credit is so much more power. That buying power works wonders when you have credit. Then we are on to week seven. Week seven is asset protection. So when it comes to asset protection, you're going to learn about legal structures, insurance needs, personal and business inventory, and how many of you actually have a will. I have to update mine, but I have a will. I have to make sure my mom has one. I have a verbal will, so to speak, with certain people when it comes to my son. They know, God forbid, anything happens to me, they are to take my son and to make sure that they have my mom. Like, these are the only people I trust with my son and my mom. And God forbid that anything happens to me, they know that that's their responsibility. They are well taken care of. Well taken care of. But I know these people will have my back. It's not that many people I'm going to trust with my child and my mother. You know who you are. You know who you are. That's what it is. But if you don't have a will, you'll be able to learn about that during week seven in asset protection. But you need to look into having a will now as well because, we don't know. As you can see, it's crazy out here right now. It's hectic. Everyone's scared. Anxiety is on 1,000. I thought my anxiety was bad, and it's actually better now than what it was before, which is kind of weird. And I'm not taking any medication. I haven't even drunk the way people would think I would drink now with my anxiety. But it's I'm pretty good with it. And you need to be more aware and make sure that your family's protected when it comes to a will. It is what it is. We have to face these realities. So we're climbing up, we're climbing up, we're climbing up, and we're going to week 8. Now, week 8 is where you're going to be creating long term wealth through investing, savings, stock, CDs, treasury bills, annuities, and tax free savings. Whew. You're also going to learn how to buy, sell, and hold stock. Now, I have a few stocks. My son has a few stocks. I need to check on our stocks as well. I didn't buy big. I bought little stocks. And I'm telling you right now, little insight, if you have some money, buy some stock. I have my personal favorites and what stocks I buy into and what I'm looking for. But definitely buy you some shares of stock because it's slowly gonna climb back up. So that $100 that you're able to put in on a stock will be able to climb. But when it comes to week 8, you'll learn how to buy, sell, and hold those stocks. It's like crazy. Like I can't wait to go back and learn that again because I learned so much. Some stuff gets pushed out, and I'm just tired. I'm really, really tired, but I'm moving. So we come up to week 9. Week 9, you're going to learn in creating long term wealth through entrepreneurship. Now, we're not taught entrepreneurship in class, in school. We learn it from books, we learn it from maybe some family members or friends that have businesses. We learn it from trial and error. You learn what to do, what not to do. You learn what works, what don't work. But a lot of the wealthy people, a lot of them didn't go to school, but they have the people that went to school and went to the Ivy League schools and all of that. They have them working for them, but they follow behind them when it comes to their money. So you'll learn how to get long-term wealth when it comes to entrepreneurship, like starting and running a business, incorporation. You're going to learn about, you're going to have about a team of advisors, about having a team of advisors. The focus is to operate a profitable business that you can create short-term and long-term wealth. This goes beyond just having emergency funds. Like you'll have your short-term wealth and your long-term wealth is your dividends that you live off of that stock. So every month or every quarter, you would get a check in the mail off of some stock that you had, and you don't even have to use whatever other income that you have. That's where I'm trying to get to, where I don't have to worry about my business income. I could actually live off of my dividends every month or every quarter. And if it's every quarter, it's going to be big numbers. I promise you it's going to be big numbers. Now, trotting along, you only got 2 more weeks left after this one. So we're coming into week 10, and you're going to learn about creating long-term wealth through real estate. Now, like I said, the time now, if you have the credit and you have the means, real estate now is prime. So prime. I've had conversations with people long ago about certain places, real estate, and they didn't want to believe me. Like, oh no, they would never sell. The devil's a lie. They selling off like crazy because the property that these buildings are on, so to speak, a lot of them are in prime location. Prime location. You watch looking at the waterfront. You're right by all the train stations, everything. You get quick stop to downtown Brooklyn or to the city, things like that. No one wanted to believe me when I talked about this years ago. It's like, no, they'll never do it. Yeah, look at you now. But you definitely want to get into real estate. That is something I'm looking to get into now. Besides buying my first home, I do want to own other homes, possibly flip, rent out some homes to other single mothers and fathers who's looking for a place, an affordable place that's safe for their family. You know, they can raise their children and even if it has to go to rent to own and have special programs where they're able to end up owning their own home. Because I think everybody wants to have that quote unquote American dream. It may not necessarily be you want to own a home. You might want to own a condo, because trust me, I'm going to get that too. You might want to have a condominium. You might want to have a co-op. You might want to have that home. But a lot of people are happy with having an apartment, but you can't keep complaining about having an apartment when there's other options out there. You have to weigh your options and what works for you. And a lot of times, you might want to look into home ownership, because there are a lot of perks as well as some cons to home ownership, but you definitely want to take a look into it. So week 11, we getting into it, and now I know a lot of people, me working for the city of New York, a lot of people are coming up on this, or they have been. It's retirement. So a lot of them have worked for the city for years, years and years and years, and they have their retirement. They're able to have their money. I know a few people that have gone back to work because they are so young to retire that they can't collect all of their money. They can collect a pension from this job and be okay, but they still need to have more income in order to survive. So if they're here in New York, so to speak, which we know is very expensive to live, they move out of state and they're good. But if you're in New York, 8 out of 10 times you end up getting a second job just to make ends meet. So when it comes to week 11 in retirement, you're going to learn about IRAs, investing, and tax-free planning, right? So, I mean, what's better than not working at all and to have that IRA and you're investing your stocks, your bonds? What did I say? You want to live off those dividends each quarter or each month that you get a check and not have to worry about clocking in again to work for another job. Now, some people they're like, they started working for the city at 18. By the time they're like 45 or 40, so to speak, depending upon what you're doing, they're able to retire. Then they go back and they work someplace else. So now they collect two pensions. I'd be damned if I worked for two pensions. Not gonna do it. This is the only. Well, I had another city agency, so I actually have a pensioner. But no, that don't count. I transferred, got promoted to where I'm at now, but I refuse to retire from my job, which I'm actually not even going to end up retiring. I'll probably end up resigning before retirement age, way before retirement age. But some people, everybody thinks different. So then it's time to just wind it all up, and you get your final email and you're like, oh my gosh, it's been 12 weeks already. 12 weeks, right? So in the 12 week, you get estate planning. Now, you learned about a little bit of writing a will in earlier weeks, but in your last week, you're going to learn about trust, wills, asset relocation, plan recap, and you're also going to learn about or work on your future goals. So with proper estate planning, it ensures you wealth is not only transferred for future generations, but it's also going to be sustained. And like I said, you want to make sure that not only you have money and your children have money, and you both know how to make sure that the money keeps going, keeps growing, but down the line, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, and so forth and so on, when they have that big picture in your family home and they're like, Grandma L started that, or Grandma Boogie. Oh gosh, that's a scary thought. But yeah, they'll say that. They'll say that because of her or because of him, we have all this money in our family and we have to make sure to keep it. We're not going to sell out. We're not going to just go crazy with the money. And of course, you have knuckleheads in the family. We all do. But the basis of it is to make sure that you have that money going long term. And during this 12-week with your financial wellness coach. Boy, oh boy, you see, I'm telling you, that first week gonna like shock you when you have to like look at how much money you spend. A lot of you will stop spending. You won't be going so quick to buy the newest sneakers and waiting online, the Yeezys, whatever the hell. Spending $300, you're gonna be like, nah, that $300 could go into investing. I could get some more stocks, turn that 300 into 1,000, turn that 1,000 or take half of it, take the 500, put in your pocket, take 500 back to invest. Yeah, it's a whole lot more. But that's with these stimulus checks. A lot of people, when they get these checks, and especially depending upon the amount of kids that you have, they get these checks. People are gonna go crazy with it. But hopefully, if you're watching this video, you realize that you need to make sure and understand that everything that has happened and that's still constantly going on, you need to make sure that you have your finances in order, because anything can happen at any given time. You know, people, like I said, people have lost jobs, they laid off, people working from home. I'm an essential worker, so to speak. Right now, they have me working from home temporarily, but I have to get back out in the trenches. So it's like, I wish now I was set within my finances that I could be like, I wish I could say the words and put up the fingers for it, but I wish I could just say like, nah, here go my resignation papers. I'm good. I check y'all some other time. I'll come see how y'all doing. But I'm not there yet. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So we finished with 12 weeks. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me at Club Credit and Chill. We turn the music back up. So, you know, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, make sure you share this broadcast and let them know that tomorrow we're going to be back at it again. Tomorrow, I don't remember what the topic is, but I didn't tell y'all the topic for today, so I'm not going to tell you the topic for tomorrow either. But make sure you're back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Get your wine, get your drinks, get your snacks together, because we're going to go at it again. Make sure you have your pens and notebooks together, because all of this is going to culminate and show you what Novae can help you achieve in just months, even a couple years. You think that you can't have it? I'm telling you, Novae can show you that you can have it all. Thank you so much once again for joining me. I am the natural lady boss, L Boogie, and it's time for me to get Boogie out of here. So I catch y'all tomorrow. Make sure you share the broadcast. If you are watching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay game. If somebody shared this broadcast with you, make sure you get back at them and tell them that you want to know more about the 12-week financial program or any other services that Novae has to offer. You guys have a great night. I'm going to learn more about what this Facebook is doing now. Listen to some tunes. I think I'm cooking. I don't know. I'm tired. But you guys have a great night. Peace.